Hi, I'm Marian. I'm a Mac user. I have the MacBook Air M1, and this is my 2-month experience using a Windows laptop, particularly the Huawei Matebook 14S. Here's my experience. Now, despite how much I hate using 90% of Windows laptops because of quality control and quality variance, I must say that the Huawei Matebook 14S is surprisingly nice to use. Now, it's not all great. I have listed some features I found excellent, okay, and just plain bad, and we're gonna go through each one. So let's start with the excellent features. Number 1, screen. I think this laptop has an incredible screen. It is a 14.2-inch screen, and it is a little bigger than the MacBook Air at 13.3 inches, but you really feel that it is bigger because of its aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is the proportions of the screen size. If the MacBook is 16:10, this Huawei laptop is 3:2. What this means is that it has a lot bigger vertical space, so browsing the web, writing documents, Excel sheets, reading articles, those tasks feel better to accomplish with the screen shape. So this is a really nice advantage over MacBooks because all MacBooks have a 16:10 aspect ratio. Whenever you are watching a movie though, there are bigger black bars at the top and bottom, but they're not a big deal. It still ends up with a bigger picture than my 13-inch MacBook Air. Another good thing about the screen of this laptop is the resolution. It is 2520 by 1680, that is 213 pixels per inch, which is definitely good enough for a laptop and is very comparable to the MacBook. The colors that this screen reproduces are also really nice and vibrant. A bit too saturated in my opinion, so working with photos and videos might not be the best. It's okay, but with regular watching Netflix or YouTube, you will for sure enjoy it. Also, you might have noticed the bezels of this MacBook 14S are so small. It's a really nice look. The touchscreen is a little nice to have. I don't use it as much, but it is a nice option. The 90Hz screen is something I really don't notice, to be honest. I don't know if because Windows just has junky animations, but even on iOS, I've been vocal about this on my iPhone videos. 90Hz, 120Hz, you don't need it. It's only aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, but it has no logical advantage that will make you more productive all of a sudden. If it is variable refresh rate though, it will make your battery life better. The second excellent thing about this laptop is the biometrics. Face Unlock is incredible, just like how Face ID is on the iPhone. Then if it doesn't see you or you're in a weird angle, there is a fingerprint scanner on the power button that is super quick and reliable. This is way better than the Macs right now, and I really love it. So those two are the excellent features I found. Now let's go to the great/okay features that this laptop has. These features are not the best. They're certainly good, especially for a Windows laptop, but the MacBooks just have these features locked on. Number 1, performance. Certainly, the performance of this laptop is okay. Now, looking at benchmarks, it's still very far away from M1 performance while having worse battery life and hotter temperatures. But if we're really looking at real-world usage like watching YouTube, writing documents, Zoom meetings, this laptop performs smoothly. I haven't tried video editing nor photo editing with this laptop because it doesn't use the software I use. I primarily use Final Cut Pro and Pixelmator, which are both Mac apps exclusive, so I have not tested that performance. For students or professionals though, the performance of this is plenty because I have used it for office work and it is a joy to use. Number 2, trackpad. This is something that Apple has perfected ever since 2015 and no one has matched it. With the Matebook 14S, the trackpad is clicky up to 80% of the trackpad from bottom to top while having pretty accurate tracking. In comparison to the best of the best, the MacBooks are clicky from anywhere from its trackpad because it is not actually clicking. It has a vibration motor that simulates a click. Anyway, in this laptop, the trackpad is nice but not the best. Number 3, speakers. The speakers of this Huawei Matebook 14S is great, except for one big thing. They are facing down. So when your laptop is on top of your bed or above your pillow, in that case, the sound gets muffled. But if it is on a table or hard surface, the sound bounces off the table and the sound quality is good. It has bass, it has good volume. So overall, good speakers. And here's a comparison between the MacBook and the Matebook. Okay, so I know this review is very late, but because this review is not rushed, unlike many YouTubers out there, I have found features and insights that other YouTubers have not expressed or uncovered. So make sure to watch the whole video and let's get right into it. This is the iPhone 12 mini review. Number 4, keyboard. Keyboard is also okay. It does feel mushier than MacBooks, meaning it doesn't take too much force to click on them, but they work. It has a good layout, like it doesn't have an extra vertical row of buttons on the right side, which always ruins the experience for me. The backlight is also okay. It only has 2 levels to it, and so the keyboard overall is just okay. And here's a typing test sound compared to the MacBook. Number 5, ports. It has a good selection. It has a USB-A, 2 USB-Cs, a headphone jack, and 1 HDMI. It sucks it doesn't have an SD card for creatives out there, but if you are a professional or a student, you really don't need it. These ports are plenty, especially compared to the MacBook Air that only has 2 USB-Cs and a headphone jack. 6, build quality/design. Build quality is good, not the best. Comparing it with MacBooks, it just doesn't match the unibody sturdiness. But it's also not flimsy at all. It has some flex on its chassis, but not that much. It does open with one hand though, so they paid attention to that. And it is a bit noticeably thicker than the MacBook Air, so build quality/design is good, but not the best. 7, Windows. So Windows, I don't think Windows is bad. I just don't think it has the fit and finish in terms of design that macOS has. But also, it does have its pros since I would never prefer a Mac when it comes to corporate work. Windows is still the way to go there because of the performance and UI of Outlook, Word, and Excel on Windows. They're still better, of course. They are Microsoft apps and Microsoft owns Windows. So those are the okay or great features. Now, let's talk about the bad. Number 1, battery life. Well, Windows laptop battery life has always been bad, and this is no different. I think this laptop lasts me 4 to 5 hours for regular usage. Now for a Windows laptop, that must be good. But when you're comparing it with a MacBook, that's nothing. I get 9 to 10 hours on my MacBook Air M1 even while editing videos, photos on Zoom calls. Like, I'm not even trying to preserve battery life. It's not even on low power mode, but I still get 9 to 10 hours of battery life. It's crazy. Now for this Matebook 14S, the power mode I am on is better battery, not on battery saver because the screen experience is worsened on that mode. Anyway, so battery life is bad here on the Matebook 14S, I'd say, but not the worst since gaming laptops have 1 to 2 hours of battery life, but 45 hours is still bad nonetheless. Number 2, heat and fan noise. The second bad thing about the Matebook 14S is the heat and fan noise. Now, this isn't a Matebook thing, but it's more of an industry-wide problem ever since Apple switched to its ARM processors or the M1. I'm pretty sure this laptop runs cooler and fan noise is quieter compared to other Windows laptops. But when compared to this MacBook Air M1 that doesn't have a fan and runs cooler, the standard is just that high now. Like literally, when you're just browsing the web, this laptop can get hot and will spin its fans. I mean, now, it's not really a Huawei problem, it's more of Intel's fault and the lack of choice in the market of processors, but nevertheless, MacBook wins in this category. Number 3, camera. Probably the worst feature here is the camera. It is potato quality. Now, despite the bad features and my annoyances, I want to be clear that I still enjoyed my time with this laptop, especially its really nice screen. It definitely changed my mind about Windows laptops because I have never seen a Windows laptop this nicely made, and Windows laptops have a pretty low bar to me. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Huawei also told me to talk about their Huawei Share feature that lets you use your Huawei phone as a window on your laptop or use your Huawei tablet as a second screen. You can also copy text on your phone and paste it on your laptop, but all these features I couldn't test because I don't have a Huawei phone. It also has Huawei's app gallery where it lets you install some Android apps, but I couldn't really test it because it's in Chinese and I can't read Chinese. Anyway, if I ever need Windows for work or school, this is definitely a nice choice because you get a pretty good quality product and you're able to use Windows for your work. Like I said a while ago, I would never prefer a Mac for corporate work. Its use case is just not that. Windows is the way to go there. The only thing though is you're gonna shell out 68,999 pesos for the base model of 8GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. But to be fair, the MacBook Air M1 is also priced like this for the 512GB version. So this is definitely in the premium market of Windows laptops, and judging by how picky I am with hardware, this at least passes my standard as a premium laptop, and I would still recommend it if you can justify that price. Value-wise though, if you are gonna use this personally or creatively, the MacBook Air M1 is a much better buy. By the way, shouts to Jeff T from Bacolod for following me on Instagram. If you want to get a shout out as well, consider giving me a tip on Buy Me a Coffee using the link in my description, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with the username @Mauyoni. While waiting for my next videos, click on this playlist right here to watch more of my Apple content. Alright, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Marian, your technology friend, and I'll see you on my next video.